And at that time, sobrang mga tao, very friendly. They have like spring, summer. So for me, maganda yung na-experience ko dito. It has opened my eyes to the reality. Hi again and welcome to the video. My name is Robin. So kung bago ka lang dito, isa po akong OFW na nag-move from South Korea to Riga, Latvia. So sa likod ko po ngayon nakikita nyo ang National Library of Latvia. It's a Sunday evening. Maliwanag pa rin kahit 8 p.m. na po. Pag-uusapan natin is about my culture shocks between Riga and Seoul. So for the context, tumira po ako ng Korea for like 12 to 13 years. And nag-move po ako dito sa Riga, Latvia just 3 months ago. So bago ko simulan yung video, ipakita ko lang po sa inyo yung National Library ng Latvia. Nung nag-move po ako dito sa Riga, Latvia, akala ko na-figure out ko na lahat kung paano mabuhay sa abroad. But then, iba siya nung nagpunta ako dito. Kasi unang sa lahat, I moved to Seoul, South Korea when I was in my early 20s. And at that time, sobrang bata ko pa. Tapos, napaka-inosente ko pa. As compared now na I'm already in my early or mid-30s, mas nagkaroon ako ng mas malawak na perspective sa buhay and mas marami akong natutunan dahil sa mga experiences ko sa Korea. So after living in South Korea for like 13 years, I thought hindi na po ako makaka-experience ng culture shock sa ibang bansa. Magkaiba po ang Korea at saka ang Riga, Latvia. Magkakaiba yung tao dito, iba yung language, iba yung culture, iba yung tradition, yung food, and the environment. So basically, everything is so different. So, nung nag-move po ako dito 3 months ago, nandun of course yung halo ng excitement, yung tuwa, kasi bagong adventure, bagong life. Wala po akong idea kung ano yung Riga, Latvia before, kung saan ba siyang parte ng mundo. So yeah, dahil matagal po ako sa Korea, akala ko pareho lang yung magiging adjustments ko. And I told myself that moving here should be much easier kasi may experiences na ako sa Korea. So yung pag-uusapan natin culture shocks dito, hindi siya yung something na very loud na na-experience ko sa South Korea. It's much quieter. Hindi ko napapansin na iba to dun sa na-experience ko sa Korea. As I stay here longer, doon ko na-feel yung parang, you know, the FOMO, the fear of missing out. Kasi wala po akong friends dito, wala akong family, naiwan ko si Lighty sa Korea. Yeah, madaming adjustments in terms of social interactions. And in some ways, mahirap siyang i-process kasi nga nag-a-adjust pa ako. So kumbaga sa mga laboratory mice, nandun pa ako sa acclimatization period kung saan nag-a-adjust pa ako. I think that's normal na nag-a-adjust ka sa isang environment, lalo na kapag bago ka pa lang. So have you ever been to a place where everything feels like it's moving so fast and then suddenly you'll find yourself in a place na parang sobrang ambagal? But in a positive way ha. Kasi sa Korea po ay nasanay talaga ako sa pali-pali culture. Ang bilis lahat kumilos, mabilis magsalita yung mga tao. As in, sobrang efficient ng lahat sa Korea. Yung transportation system, yung medical and health services, lahat ng kinds of government services ay sobrang bilis. Nung nag-move talaga ako dito, parang the world has stopped and nakafocus na lang ako sa work. Sobrang quiet nung paligid, except right now kasi malapit po ako sa kalsada. Para sa akin, yung social behavior pa rin yung number one na hindi pa rin ako nakakapag-adjust. To be honest, kasi I find Latvians are very cold. They don't want to interact. Hindi sila nakikipag-usap. They don't like small talks or they don't initiate conversations. And if you have something to say, dapat it should be short and direct to the point. And walang paligoy-ligoy talaga. Kasi for them, mas efficient kung shorter yung message and express mo lahat in just a few sentences, like maximum of 2 or 3. And coming from the Philippines, the very warm yung mga tao, very friendly and talkative. I was also used to smiling at strangers, making small talks and making friends. But dito po ay parang hindi siya nag-e-exist. Wala talagang mga random conversations. Probably in Korea, similar in a way. Pero at least doon mafe-feel mo yung presence nila. Kunyari, nakasakay mo sa elevator. Yung nagbabaw sila, kahit hindi sila umimik sa'yo, at least nafe-feel mo yung presence. Dito kasi parang wala eh. Invisible ako. At invisible sila. By the way, hindi lang po just because I look different and I'm a foreigner. Ganun yung nagiging reactions nila. Hindi po ganun eh. Talagang introverted sila kahit sa kapwa nila Latvians and other people in general. So, they really respect their own space and privacy. Kaya, ayun, natutunan ko na rin yun along the way na parang, okay, I should give them some space and just talk whenever it's necessary. But eventually I realized it's not that they are unfriendly, it's just that it's their nature. Quite reserved and quiet. I think this is their way of showing respect, if you know what I mean. Parang, I give you your space, please also respect my own space. Parang ganon. And when you start to understand that, that's the time na you will appreciate yung culture nila. Now let's talk about customer service. So have you ever walked into a store and expected someone would greet you but walang pumansin sa'yo? So that's what I experienced here in Riga. Just like earlier, I visited a department store. Ang culture shock dito, surprisingly, wala pong mga sales lady na magbabantay sa'yo. Unlike in Korea, di ba kapag pumasok ka, let's say for example sa isang shop like Olive Young or sa isang convenience store, they will most likely welcome you like 어서 오세요 or 원녕합니다 or something like that, or they will greet you like good morning, 안녕하세요, 안녕히 가세요, or goodbye. But in Riga, it's totally different kasi they will just allow you to enter the store or the shop. Tapos parang in the beginning, okay lang ba ako dito? Parang walang pumansin sa akin. Walang nagbabantay. Wala akong mapagtanungan ng price kung wala sa price tag. Is it just normal here na walang magwe-welcome sa'yo sa isang store? And I realized that's their culture here. There is no pressure. It's just quiet. They will just give you enough time mag-scan ng items na gusto mo. Wala ring small talk. It's quite related to the earlier topic about social behavior. Hindi talaga sila mag-i-initiate unless ikaw yung magtanong na how much is this, or is there a discount, or is it on sale. Kapag walang ganun eh. Walang mag-explain sa'yo about dun sa item na interested kang bilhin. And ganun yung customer service dito. It's quite cold, just like their weather. Wala talagang pumapansin. But over time, I started to enjoy it because for me, it's like they're giving me some free time. There's no pressure. There's no pressure to buy. I mean, it's like you're just free to be there and do your own thing. So now let's talk about working culture. Have you ever felt like you're always chasing something? Because that's what life in Seoul felt like for me. Parang may hinahagad ako lagi. A very high pressure environment. Kailangan, you have to do your best every day. You need to compete with others, show them your worth, and all you have to do is to work and work and work until such a time na ma-burn out ka na. So that's what life in Seoul felt like for me. In general, ganyan yung life in Korea. But in Riga, it feels so different. Here, I have my own time and space. Kasi dito, we have very flexible working hours. I can work anytime, anywhere, 3 times a week. And nobody is asking kung nasaan ba ako. And dahil nga we have a very flexible working hours, I felt for the first time na hindi ko kailangan i-rush yung mga bagay-bagay. Just like in Korea, na parang lagi talagang may deadline. And for the first time, dito ko na feel yung I did not need to prove anything to anyone. Kasi the fact that they hired you means you are capable of doing the job and you are competent. And no one is gonna rush you kung okay, nasan ka na. But of course, there are progress reports where you have to declare kung ano yung mga natapos mo ng work. And it's just once a month. Hindi kagaya noon sa Korea na we have a lab meeting every Monday morning at 9 a.m. And parang required ka laging mag-submit ng results. Kahit walang kakwenta-kwenta. Parang it takes so much of your time and effort sitting in a meeting room na hindi naman related sa'yo yung work. Ganun po kasi yung naging system dun eh. Parang mag-start kayo mag-meeting sabay-sabay. Iba-iba naman kayo ng projects. But you have to sit there for at least 2 hours. And listening to other people's progress na hindi naman related sa'yo. And now I can understand that perhaps that's a waste of time. Kaya mas na-appreciate ko po yun dito in Riga, Latvia because no one is gonna rush you and I could just slow down. And honestly, gusto ko yun. Ang sarap lang po sa feeling ng ganun. Especially if you have your kids and family. Makapag-focus ka talaga. There are so many holidays here. Even your birthday is considered as a holiday and you don't need to show up kapag may pasok yung birthday mo. You don't need to come to work para mag-celebrate ng birthday sa work. It's considered as a holiday and kunyari kung may anak ka, tas may birthday yung anak mo or first day of school, holiday din po yan dito sa Riga. So, sobrang ganda po ng mga benefits dito. And ayun yung mga bagay na mamimiss mo talaga sa South Korea kasi doon, na-experience ko na yung bawat minuto bilang. For example, meron po kaming clock in and clock out using our biometrics, especially yung Face ID. Ang work po dun is from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. yung official working hours. And kapag dumating ka dun ng, let's say, 9-10 a.m., dapat mag-clock out ka ng 6-10 p.m. So, ganun po sila ka-strict. And kapag hindi mo na-satisfy yung 8 hours na working hours, hindi po kasama dun yung lunch break. If I remember it correctly, there will be salary deductions kapag hindi mo na-fulfill yung working hours mo na 8 hours. Now, let's talk about the weather. Of course, hindi na po bago sa akin yung 4 seasons kasi na-experience ko na siya sa South Korea. Parang they have like spring, summer, autumn, and winter. But dito po sa Riga, it feels so different kasi the winter here is very harsh. Sobrang daming snow. Kaya parang, nung dumating ako dito, na-mention ko na before na it was like the peak of winter. And it's very depressing at some point. Kasi minsan ko lang nakita yung araw. Parang bilang na bilang ko yung days na may araw. Tapos kapag may araw, ang bilis niyang mawala. Like from 2 p.m. wala na po. Nag-sunset na. Kaya parang nakaka-stress in a way. Doon ko na-realize na nakaka-affect sa mood natin yung weather. And especially yung sun exposure. Lumalabas talaga ako kapag maganda yung weather. But sa Korea, never ko pong na-experience yun. Kasi parang balance lang dun eh. Parang there's a clear-cut separation ng weather. Well, it's not really new to me because I already experienced this kind of weather pattern nung nagpunta po ako ng UK. It's much worse in the UK kasi po there you would experience rain all the time. Pupunta tayo sa ibang part nitong library. So here's the library at night. So tawid po tayo dito sa Daugava River. We are currently here at the National Library of Latvia. And nandito tayo currently malapit sa Daugava River. So sa harap po ng library, makikita nyo tong Daugava River sa Bay Area. Ito yung view ng Riga at night. It's a little bit cloudy today. Sayang hindi natin mapakita yung clear skies. So let me ask you this question. So if you had to choose would you prefer a slow life or a fast life? Would you prefer Seoul, Korea or Riga, Latvia? So just based on my few points or factors that I have discussed, I guess it's not about choosing one country or which one is the best, because after all, Korea has taught me how to survive, how to adapt to a new environment, how to move fast, how to work efficiently. Siguro I'm still in that acclimatization period, but Riga is slowly teaching me how to slow down and appreciate yung mga bagay na hindi ko na-experience before or perhaps I took for granted, like my health. So for me, maganda yung na-experience ko dito sa Riga, Latvia, because it has opened my eyes to the realities, and ngayon nababalanse ko na yung buhay. Nasanay ako sa mabilis, dumating ako dito sa medyo hindi naman mabagal, but chill, kumbaga. So there is a balance now. And mas mabilis ako makapag-adjust sa mga changes kasi na-experience ko na both yung fast-paced life sa Korea and yung very relaxed and chill na life dito sa Riga, Latvia. So if you have ever lived abroad or experienced culture shock, what was the hardest thing for you to adjust to? Please let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear your story. I will end the video here. Thank you so much for joining me. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share and comment below kung ano yung mga nagustuhan nyo sa mga na-share ko at yung mga hindi nyo nagustuhan. And I will see you in my next one. Bye-bye. I made the right decision na mag-move dito po sa Latvia.